let's jump right into something incredibly frustrating that literally millions of us deal with. You go to bed on time, right? You clock your 7, 8, maybe even 9 hours. But then, the morning alarm goes off, and you feel like you haven't slept a wink. You're reaching for that third cup of coffee before 9 a.m. just thinking, wait, what went wrong?
I mean, you open your eyes, you check the clock, and the math totally checks out. You successfully slept for 8 whole hours. You did your job! But the second you try to sit up, bam, you hit an absolute wall of exhaustion. You are completely drained. So why are you still tired? What on earth is your body frantically trying to communicate in those groggy morning moments?
Well, let's dive into this, because to really solve it, we need a massive paradigm shift. The core problem, it actually isn't the number of hours you slept. It's the realization that sleep and true rest are not the exact same thing. Just closing your eyes does not automatically equal biological recovery.
Here is the critical breakdown we have to understand. On one side, we have sleep, which is literally just the time you spend lying in bed unconscious. But on the other side, we have rest, the actual biological, cellular, and mental recovery your body desperately demands. You can easily spend 8 hours sleeping while getting absolutely 0 hours of actual resting.
Crazy, right?
Think about your smartphone for a second. You can plug it into the wall for 10 hours straight. But if that charging cable is frayed or damaged, you're waking up to a 10% battery. It's the exact same for you. Hours spent plugged into the bed mean nothing if your internal recovery mechanism, your biological charging cable, so to speak, is disrupted. A lot of us just assume morning fatigue is caused by something going wrong during the night. But if we look at traditional wellness systems like Ayurveda, they teach us that deep restoration requires profound balance. And according to this philosophy, your morning exhaustion doesn't start at 2 a.m. It traces back to an imbalance that began much, much earlier. It actually starts in the middle of your day. Your baseline stress levels, your eating habits, the chaotic pace of your routine, those lingering thoughts you drag into the evening. The way we live our daytime hours directly dictates how refreshed we're even allowed to feel when we wake up. You are literally setting the stage for your night long before the sun goes down. So honestly ask yourself, when you finally get under the covers, do you genuinely switch off? Or is your brain still racing, replaying some awkward conversation from 3 years ago, or dreading tomorrow's to-do list?
And when you finally do wake up, what is your very first thought? Are you waking up already stressed out, mentally at the office, trying to solve problems before your feet even hit the floor? If you're nodding yes right now, you are experiencing the textbook symptoms of a daytime imbalance. It's kind of like trying to refill a bucket that's just riddled with tiny holes. You can pour water into it all night long, but it's never going to feel full. This is exactly how so many of us experience sleep. The hours pass, the water pours in, but your energy is constantly leaking out through a fractured, overstimulated nervous system. Which brings us to the core of this whole mystery. The hidden reason literally millions of people falsely believe they have a sleep problem. Ready for it? It is mental overload. The true issue is rarely a lack of sleep. It's a staggering, overwhelming amount of mental stimulation. Your mind is so hyperactive that it physically blocks your body from dropping into a deep, healing state. Just look at what we put our brains through all day long. Constant pings, endless doom scrolling at midnight, chronic worry, and just a massive barrage of information overload. We turn off the bedroom light, sure, but the brain remains electrically active. And if the mind refuses to fully settle, your body is absolutely going to struggle to recharge. But hey, here is the really good news. Your body isn't broken. It's simply asking you for a different kind of restoration. You don't necessarily need more sleep. What you need is better recovery. And we can achieve that through a calmer evening routine, inspired by those Ayurvedic principles. First off, decisively reduce that screen time. Next, try incorporating some gentle movement to release physical tension. Add in a bit of mindfulness to signal safety to your brain. Maintain regular mealtime so your digestion isn't working overtime while you sleep. And finally, carve out just a few quiet moments during your day to patch those holes in your bucket. Look, feeling tired after a super long week? Completely normal. But waking up exhausted every single day, despite logging 8 hours? That is a screaming signal from your body. It's a literal distress flare that you just cannot afford to ignore. Your body is constantly tracking all that mental overload, and it's practically begging for a break. So the real question is, are you actually listening to it? We have got to stop blaming the night for the mistakes of the day.
So the next time you wake up utterly exhausted, don't just look at the clock and ask, well, how many hours did I get? Instead, ask yourself, what is my body trying to tell me about how I live my days? Take that thought with you, patch the holes in your bucket, and start claiming the true rest you actually deserve.